What's going on, everybody? It's Joel here with as many reviews as possible, and today we're taking a look at the Inov-8 210 V2. Alright guys, so the original 210s were one of my very first barefoot minimalist training shoes. They were a zero drop shoe, very lightweight, sock-like fit, and they were excellent for training and barefoot running, but the durability was never all that great. Inov-8's been on a tirade in 2017, bringing back pretty much all of their classic training shoes in a new updated form, and these are the V2 210s. From a look standpoint, the 210 V2 resembles its predecessor quite a bit, but let's go over some of the updates that Inov-8 made to the upper. First off, starting with the Rope Tech cage that goes on the lateral and medial sides of the shoe. It has a texture to it. It's made out of some kind of TPU material and should protect you against rope abrasion on the sides of the shoes. The toe box has a new mesh material that's a little bit more plush than the original material was. The toe area also has a blown Italian rubber bumper. At the rear of the shoe, you'll find Inov-8's Y-Lock heel counter, which should give you a little bit more heel stability. The ankle collar is cut pretty much in the same way, except I think the Achilles area rises up a little bit higher. There is a little bit more padding in this area as well. Nice padded tongue, which is a little bit thicker than the original one. The footbed that comes with the 210 V2s is a 3mm thick footbed. And once again, these are a zero drop shoe, so there is no height differential from the heel to the toe. The only thing that is between your foot and the ground in these shoes is this 3mm footbed and another 3mm of outsole. There is no midsole to these shoes. The outsole is the same exact outsole that you'll find on the original 210s. It still has that skeletal tread pattern and 1.5mm lug depth. The 210 V2s have Inov-8's standard fit, so that's their wider type shoe. When sizing these shoes, I'm gonna say go with your normal training shoe size. The rubber bumper is not very forgiving, and you're gonna want as much space from your toes to that bumper as possible, or it's gonna be very uncomfortable. If you plan to wear these shoes without socks, then go ahead and size half a size down. Personally, I got these shoes in a 9.5, and I have to wear them without socks in order for them to be comfortable. If I were to do it again though, I would get these shoes in a size 10 like my normal training shoes. So for performance, the 210 V2s are probably the best barefoot training shoe that you could get your hands on at the moment, just so long as you know what you're getting yourself into. When I first started training, pretty much the only shoes that I would wear to work out in were barefoot training shoes. The 210 Vibram 5 Fingers, the New Balance MT10s, and my feet are pretty conditioned for it. Barefoot training is meant to be exactly what it sounds like. It's supposed to feel like you don't have any shoes on. The benefits of barefoot training include making your feet stronger, improving your overall balance and stability, and the most important one is not having anything to push through, so you'll have immediate power response. Like I said earlier, there's virtually nothing between your foot and the ground in the Inov-8 210 V2s. There is only that 3mm footbed and a very thin outsole. When it comes to power delivery and response, the 210s are excellent. They are probably the most responsive shoes that you could possibly get. If you wanted an excellent deadlift shoe, I couldn't think of anything better than the 210 V2s. Though I do think flat shoes are a little bit better for low bar squatting, I had no issues with stability squatting high bar in the 210 V2s. These shoes are also going to be plenty stable for Olympic lifting, but I would probably save your 1 rep maxes to something that had a little bit more structure and a little bit more width than the 210s. These shoes allow your feet to move a little bit too freely, and the lateral stability just isn't perfect in the 210 V2s. I think these shoes are best suited for workouts where you have to just be light on your feet. Box jumps are really good in these shoes. Burpees are excellent, just so long as you get the right size. These shoes are extremely flexible, but they're still very stable for movements like wall balls and kettlebell swings, and they're comfortable enough for double unders. Now when it comes to running in the 210 V2s, like I said, you have to know what you're getting yourself into. If you're not used to running in barefoot shoes, you're gonna end up with sore feet. There is no cushioning in these shoes besides that 3mm footbed. If you're a heel striker, you're gonna quickly find out why pose running is recommended. The toe area on this shoe is very flexible and does accommodate pose running very well. For rope climbs, these shoes are pretty good. The Rope Tech Guard does a fairly decent job of holding the rope and protecting the sides of your feet. But the weakest area of the 210s is probably the amount of grip that the shoe has. The outsole does not have any kind of treading, so if you put these shoes on top of rubber flooring, especially smooth rubber flooring, you're gonna notice that you're gonna slip around a little bit, but that's not really too much of an issue when you get out to rougher surfaces like asphalt, gravel, and even wooden boxes. Now, one of the best features of the 210 V2s is just how lightweight and sock-like they feel on your feet. These are 7.5 ounces per shoe, and they fit really well in the midfoot area of the shoe, so it gives you a really sock-like feel. The 210 V2s retail for $110, which is a little bit less than most of the training shoes on the market. I don't think these shoes are going to pull the masses away from Nanos and Metcons or anything, but they do fill a large void in barefoot training shoes that hasn't really been filled in a long time. If you're looking for a barefoot minimalist training shoe that has a zero drop, is very lightweight, and is a very solid performer, then definitely check out the Inov-8 210 V2s. If you guys have any questions about these shoes, feel free to leave them in the comments section. And as always guys, please hit that like button, subscribe, and thanks for watching.